9 years, I'm self-publishing on Amazon KDP, and I'm still going at it. Let's wrap up 2024, talk about having a vision, and how we can make 2025 our best year again with self-publishing. 2 hours ago, I gave away $20,000, and let me tell you the story of how this relates to sticking with publishing. About a month ago, I watched the movie The Sound of Freedom. If you haven't checked it out and you got the stomach for it, I advise you to check it out. But in essence, after watching that movie, I was reflecting and I was thinking about my own life, and I was thinking about the impact that I'm having, and I was comparing it to the star of the movie, which is Tim Ballard's. It's based on his real life. And in comparison, I was feeling quite insignificant because what am I doing in comparison? His saving and his organization has saved, I believe, upwards to 6,000 children, if not over that amount. And I started thinking, okay, what if I change career path? Or what if I do something like this myself? Or how can I be on the ground helping people? Like the adrenaline junkie that I am, I have really seen that is a pattern in my life. I started with freestyle skiing, then I did other stunts, and then I did a little bit of Muay Thai fighting. And yesterday, before going to sleep, I really reflected on the question, well, Peter, if it's about saving a child, then you don't necessarily need to be on the ground and do this yourself. And you might even be in a position where you're able to help a lot more by just staying where you are, which is doing publishing. So what I did was I started a fundraiser and I donated $20,000, and I shared it in the school post as well, that for anyone that donates over $1,000 or $1,000 or over $1,000, I will do a 30-minute consulting call for free with them. And I will also match any donations up to $100,000. So this brings me back to focusing on the result instead of the process. Because if we're too locked in to how we're going to achieve the result, in this case, let's say it's saving a child, and we think that the only way to do that is by doing it ourselves, then we are missing so many opportunities to get the same outcome. Now, you might argue, and that is what I did, that, okay, maybe it's not about that. Maybe it's something inside me that I want to get fulfillment in terms of adrenaline, or I want to batch in the glory, or whatever it is. And that's another thing. But if I look solely based on the results, then this is the most efficient way forward. So especially if you're seeing results with publishing, this is just one example of the many thoughts that come to me on a monthly basis of, oh, I should do this thing, or what if this is an opportunity that I haven't looked at? And you can imagine 9 years, how many opportunities like that I've seen. And like I said, after 6 months of doing publishing, I started several others. For example, affiliate marketing. I did some drop shipping between eBay and Amazon FBA, etc. And it was completely a waste of time. So if you're getting results with publishing, I would ask myself, okay, how can I still get fulfillment from the path I'm on? Whether that is creative expressions, for example, how can I work with something where I'm more of the creator of what I'm doing? Or how can I have my publishing business fund my passion? So for example, you can build a team, you can systemize it like I've done, and your publishing business doesn't really need to take up that much time. So you can focus on other ventures. And in terms of a business opportunity, I'm not looking anywhere else in terms of business opportunities. Publishing, it's still a thing that I see the most potential in. So if we are doing publishing right, then one book could potentially change one's life. And as an example, let's look at Ian's story and his journey. He's been doing publishing for 1.5 years. He is going to make, I believe, over $40,000 in December. I will ask him for a screenshot and overlay it here on the video. And I also believe Andre, he is going to make over $20,000. He started less than a year ago, and $20,000 in less than a year, in 1 month. That's pretty good. And you take a look at, for example, I heard one woman, she is going to make over $100,000 in a month. And she started also less than a year. Now, of course, these examples are anomalies, but they prove the point that it is an opportunity. And especially with Ian, he started without any knowledge, and yet he is able to do it not with one book, but with several books. And that proves that he has a system. It is his knowledge combined with, of course, taking action that are creating these results. So one thing I believe with Ian that is making him successful is that he is implementing very quickly. Whatever he doesn't wait to make a decision. So for example, so he sent me a reel a couple of months ago. It was something like broke people or something. They talk about people, and then you have the next level, which is people who talk about ideas. That's a little bit better. And then you have the ultimate level, which is people who are acting on those ideas. And I think that's a good point. And he is living true to that. That when you get an idea, okay, for example, yesterday, I see, okay, I can start a fundraiser on this site. Why not do it? Today, I gave 20,000, and then I posted in the Skool Community. And I thought, okay, how can I incentivize people to join me on this? And hopefully together we can make a difference. So let's wrap up 2024. Let's ask some questions. I'll answer some of the questions. And then if you want, you can pause the video and you can answer these questions yourself. So first, let's begin with the question, what are the 3 biggest achievements I'm proud of this year? So for me, I would say one of them is Driven Publishers. The other one is, of course, the results of Ian. I'm proud of that. And another one is the elite community. I'm really proud of every member who's in there and what we're creating in there. And if you haven't checked it out, I highly advise you to check it out next time it launches. Let's move on to the second question. So what challenges did I face and how did I overcome it? So one challenge I faced was that in March, I thought that my ads weren't performing as well as they could. So I increased the bids for a lot of older books especially. And that made it so that the cost increased a lot, but somehow the sales didn't follow, which makes me believe that maybe there was something with the ads taking the spots of the organic rankings or something like that. I still haven't figured it out yet, but what I did do later on, I believe it was in September or something, I admitted that, okay, we are lacking knowledge on Amazon ads. So let's hire an expert. Let's bring him on. He could spend millions of dollars on Amazon FBA. And let's see what he says and what he will do with our ad and if he can bring in results. And of course, he brought in results. He brought in a lot of new strategies. And that was, of course, a big win. So some other questions you can pause. What moments brought me the most joy and fulfillment? What milestones did I reach in my own publishing business? Which strategies worked well and which didn't? Got some fireworks here. So this for me was the Amazon ads strategy of increasing the bids for old books. It didn't work that well. Now for new books, I've seen some better results in terms of going heavy on the ads at the start. But for older books, I'm more a fan of maybe starting an auto ad at a low bid, etc. So some other questions you can ask yourself for the year is, for example, what new skills or knowledge did I gain throughout the year? And what did my health habits look like? And what relationships did I develop, etc.? And reflect on every area of your life. That says this is a publishing business channel that's focused primarily on publishing related questions. Now, after that, I would then transition into reflecting on my vision. So here, I would answer questions such as, what does my ideal day look like? What does my ideal publishing business look like? How much money am I making on a daily basis? And how much of that is profit, etc. And I would define anything from the types of books I'm publishing to the type of work I'm doing. Am I doing more team building? Am I working more in the publishing business? Or am I the one writing the books, etc., etc. So that's all I have for you today. If you want to join me on a workshop to make your vision into a reality, then join me on a Thursday, 10 a.m. Eastern Time. or 4 p.m. Central Eastern Time. So we'll be doing a live workshop for members inside the Skool community, and we will also do a YouTube live. And then I will aim to invite several six-figure publishers so we can have a discussion, etc. So join it. Make sure you mark it in your calendar and attend it, because goal setting, that is one of the most important things we can do. I think that just by writing down your goals, you're 40% more likely to achieve them. So imagine not having goals. That is probably the biggest mistake we can ever make as publishers. Take care. Wish you the best of luck. See you in a future video.